Well, here we are this afternoon in the New Parks Library, and I've got with me today Teresa Delaney and Kerrie Noon, who are going to tell us a bit more about the library. Good afternoon both.
Hello.
Hi. Teresa first. Teresa, can you tell us a bit more about your role in the library?
Well, I'm actually the Senior Community Librarian for this library, which means that I'll be responsible for the staffing, the stock, the building, just usual housekeeping things as well. But one big part of my role is actually going out into the community and liaising with the schools, getting the children using the library, telling them what's available in the library, going out with management groups and meetings outside just to make sure everybody knows what's happening in here and get them in to use the library. Great.
And Kerrie, can you tell us a bit more about your role in the library?
Okay, I'm the volunteer and skills development worker for the library, and the aim of my role is to engage the local community, volunteering within the library, which is really about this library is theirs, so it's about engaging them in different activities within the library and also taking on certain roles and specific roles within the library.
Great. And Teresa, back to you. Can you tell us why you think New Parks needed a new library?
Well, the old library was round the corner, it was on a back street, and a lot of people didn't know it was there at all. It wasn't a purpose-built, it was an old co-op shop. It was costing a lot more money to maintain all the time, and I think New Parks has been a long time waiting for something new in the area, and now they've got what they were deserved.
And how does the new library differ to the previous one?
Well, this building has got 2 floors. It's a lot brighter. Upstairs is a learning zone and downstairs it's the library, but it also has a cafe in it which we haven't had before. There's a lot more activities going on, and I think they'll just find it a lot easier to engage with.
Great. And how is the library funded?
The library was funded with a lottery bid of £1.5 million. This allowed us to build a purpose-built building for a library, but it was also done with a lot of community engagement. We had a lot of visits around to see what people wanted on the estate, and that's the reason why we got the money in the first place, was because of the engagement, and we're actually answerable to the community of New Parks. They own the service that we provide here, and so they've had a lot to do with what goes on in it.
Yeah, what are your hopes for the library?
Well, my hopes are that we do engage with the community outside and they do feel that this is their library and they own it, and that we are able to raise literacy levels throughout the area, get people in to be using the upstairs for informal learning, and everybody feels that we're part of a team and we get a lot out of it.
Great. And when is the new library opening to the public?
It's open to the public from 10 o'clock on the 16th of March.
Great. And what have you got planned for the first week?
Well, in the first week of opening, I think people really need to know what's happening in what the library's got there for them, so it will be just business as usual, and showing people around and showing them the new stock that we've got, and the new facilities and around there as well. We do have an official launch a bit later on in April. That'll be a lot more going on then, but I think we just want to open it for the community on the 10th of March, 16th of March should I say, ready and start work.
Great. We'll ask Kerrie a bit more about what she's going to be doing in the library now, because I think it's really interesting and a really positive development. You said you're looking to sort of develop volunteering roles and work placements and work experience and things like that. So who are you looking to get involved in volunteering?
There's no real category. It could be anyone from the community. I would say we've already got a fantastic steering group, which is an adult steering group. We've also got young people involved, as Teresa said, in the development of this building. But with the ongoing development of this building and the ongoing consultation that we need to have really to make sure that we're delivering what the local people want.
Great. And what kind of roles are you looking to develop?
A whole host, from sort of library help, also a communications team, upstairs, as Teresa said, we have different rooms upstairs. We have a community room, a training kitchen, an ICT suite, a sound and recording room. So there'll be opportunities for volunteers to engage in the activities upstairs and actually support the tutors who are running those activities. But it may be in the future that some volunteers may want to form their own informal learning groups and actually develop things that they would like to do. So it may be a group of volunteers. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be attached to another person within the library. They could actually go off and do something on their own that they want to do.
Great. You mentioned a communications team. What kind of things does that involve?
There's already a format within Leicester Libraries called Citizen's Eye. So it would involve putting material on Citizen's Eye, gathering feedback about the library and the sort of activities we're offering, but also around communications and publicity. The only way that we can run here successfully is by making sure that all of the community are aware of what is actually happening, and actually for them to sort of say, well, actually, you know what, that didn't really work for us, can we try something different? So moulding it to their needs.
That's great. And are you working with any partner organisations in offering work placements or work experience?
Yes, we're already working with Be Involved, which is the organisation that supports volunteers for young people aged between 16 to 25. We would also work with VAL, Voluntary Action Leicester. I envisage it would also work locally with the local schools, with people who would like to volunteer, possibly within placements there, but tooling them up and skilling them up here. And the NHS as well, PCT. We'll be working closely with the Primary Care Trust and engaging volunteers that they have within their organisation, but bringing them through. So we have local people volunteering within their local centre.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that you're getting involved with the Future Jobs Fund as well, is that true?
Yes, the Future Jobs Fund is aimed towards young people who may have been out of work for 6 months or more, and we have somebody starting shortly as a learning and information assistant that will be helping within the library. We will also be having UK Online from this library, where people can come and learn about how to basically switch on a computer, etc., right from the basics, so they'll be helping with that. But I forgot to also mention that a part of this centre, there will be a multi-access centre working out of this building as well, which will actually support local community into getting them back to work.
That's great. And if people want to volunteer, how do they go about it?
They can contact myself in a number of ways, whether they want to telephone or they can email me. They could just drop into the library. I'm not always available to be seen face to face at that first point, but if they drop into the library and tell one of the members of staff that they're interested and leave their name and contact details, I will get back to them.
Okay, and do you have an email address?
Yes, I do. It's kerrie.noon@leicester.gov.uk.
Excellent. And the final test, can you remember your phone number? Is it 299-8202? Is that right?
It's
That's right.
Is it two?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
thank you.
I've got a good memory for that. I know it's all very new.
Yes.
But
Can I just say as well, for Kerrie's email, there is one slight difference. Kerrie actually spells her name with a K, E-R-R-I-E.
Thank you for that, Teresa.
Thank you, Teresa. And thank you both for this. We'll no doubt have more updates as you sort of develop the library. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.